Hello and welcome to Dumplings and Dragons, where everything's made up and sometimes the points matter. This series is a bunch of Auckland-based Kiwi-Asian actors getting together and playing D&D. I'm your DM, Benjamin Tay, and today I'm joined by my friends who will introduce themselves shortly. I just want to say that this is officially our session 1. We're recording via Zoom because we're all in lockdown in New Zealand. And I already cannot wait until we're recording in person again. But that might be a ways for now. This is a bit of a homebrew, so some things won't be by the book, but the aim is to give these players a fun time and to make a story that's enjoyable. So let's see what happens. I will, just for ease for today, I'm going to introduce you all and say your character name, but not your character race, class, or description, simply because that will come into play as part of today's session with all of your characters interacting. So the way that my screen is set up, we have Jen, who's playing Zie Ling. We have Nick, who's playing Balasar. We have Jess, who's playing Lee. We have Mustaq, who's playing Backbone. We have Ankita playing Rain. And we have Dilys playing It. Cool.
Just It.
Yeah. We begin today's adventure with Balasar, Backbone, and It, where you left off from the last session. The three of you enter the small town of Tongod together, and you walk for a while, and you cross a town square. Can the three of you please roll me a perception check? So that's a D20, and then you add your perception modifier to it.
Oh, I got a 20.
Fantastic.
I'm not lying.
I believe you, Mustaq.
Okay. You gotta unmute yourself, Dilys.
8 plus 4.
Fantastic. And Nicholas, aka Balasar.
So I have a 5 plus, is it perception?
Yes,
Wisdom.
it is perception.
7.
Excellent,
horrible.
thank you. So, Backbone, you walk
Yes.
up to these, you walk along the town square and you find 4 dead bodies of 4 small kobolds. Do you remember what kobolds are?
They're like lizard type things, are they?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
essentially like humanoid lizard dogs.
Yeah. And they're dead.
And they're dead.
Okay.
There is a faint smell of sulfur in the air, and it's not a smell that you are unfamiliar with because of your background, but it is. It does seem very incongruent that it would be here in this town square, far away from where you are used to smelling it. Can the three of you please roll me another perception check?
That's a D20, yeah?
D20 again, yeah.
I got another 8 plus 4.
Thank you.
I've got a 16. And what do I add it with?
You should have
Perception?
a modifier under perception on the left side of your character sheet.
Left side of my character sheet. Okay, so 16 plus 2, 18.
Thank you. And Balasar?
I have 20 plus 2 is 22.
20 plus 2 is 22.
22.
So I'm going to say that what happens is that you waddle over to one of the dead bodies and you poke at it, and you realize that its entire face has been caved in. It looks like something very sharp and very intense has broken its skull inwards. Backbone, you check another one and you poke at it with your, I believe you have a warhammer, and you poke at it with your weapon. And very surprisingly, this is not a normal death wound that you have seen in the past, but it very much looks like its rear end has been crushed inwards. You would not expect this from a town like a place of Tonga. This is extremely bizarre. Firstly, with a dead kobold, 4 dead kobolds, and secondly, for one to have its rear end crushed in. And Balasar, you notice a trail. There are many footsteps that you can see that enter and exit this town square. But you notice there are 3 distinct tracks that seem the freshest that you can see. And you walk over, and there's a puddle next to it. What do you do?
Can I jump over the puddle? Can I walk
Yes,
around it?
Yes, you can.
I don't want to step in it.
Sure. As you jump over the puddle, you glance down and you realize that it's most likely vomit.
Ew. Gross. That's disgusting. What is this?
And you look up, and where the tracks seem to lead, you notice that there seems to be another puddle in the distance.
Just another grotesque puddle.
Just another grotesque puddle, together
Okay.
with these 3 tracks.
Okay.
It is at that moment where the 3 of you are busy examining these bodies when suddenly you, out of the corner of your eye, you see a large hulking figure, and it's a big Goliath of a man who, he looks like he's about to happily walk into the town square, and then he sees the dead bodies and he sees you 3 standing over them, and he goes, oh, and he slowly tries to backtrack, hoping that you guys haven't seen him. And he tries to walk off. What do you do?
I tell him to stop.
You tell him to stop.
Chase him and ask him for
Stop.
money.
Can I use whisper?
Hang on, Nick. Dilys, you ask him for money?
If he thinks we killed those guys, he might be willing to pay us.
Oh, okay. Please roll me an intimidation check. And let me know what number you roll for that.
14 plus 2.
16. So can you please describe what it looks like when you're saying this? Because he's across the town square. Are you running up to him, walking up to him, or just yelling from where you are?
I'm sort of running while I'm yelling.
Okay.
But for those who don't know me, I'm like the size of a 12-year-old human, and I look like a 12-year-old human. So, that's how.
Yep. So this is a giant of a man who's probably easily at least 3 times your size. And he sees 4 dead bodies and 2 individuals behind you, and you, a very tiny figure, running up. And what are you yelling at him?
Give me your money. Give me your money.
Okay.
I'm brandishing my like small dagger as well while I'm doing this. He's obviously very afraid of the whole situation. So if I could capitalize on that, then I.
Sure. He is terrified of this tiny figure running towards him, brandishing a dagger, and he goes, what? Here, this is all I have, and he throws 2 coins at you and runs off into the distance. I hope that you feel very proud of yourself.
I'm so proud of myself. Do I get to write that down?
Yep. Yes, you do.
Yes, I have.
Sorry. Balasar, you actually wanted to do something, didn't you? But what was happening, you didn't notice the man yet.
Okay.
However, the 3 of you, you can now choose what you would like to do.
Shall we?
Do you remember the last few things that happened in the last session?
We recovered the body of some woman, didn't we? Of some sort. Is that right? A dead
You
woman?
fought a mushroom and it almost killed you.
Me? Oh, sorry.
It almost killed Nick.
Oh, yeah.
What? No, that never happened. Who'd fall for a
Also, I
mushroom?
killed 3 kobolds, and then we killed a warg together. Is that what it's called?
A warg. So what you killed at the end was a warg.
Okay.
And so what happened at the end of the last session was that it's your invisible friend known as the Flower King told you, maybe you should try to find the demon frog. Yes. And then he whispered out of existence. What would the 3 of you like to do?
Can we phone a friend?
How do you propose to do that?
Can we go to the local tavern to see if a guide knows more about the demon frog?
You can definitely attempt that. Is that what you would like to do, It and Backbone?
I don't trust this. What's his name? Baltazar. Is that your name?
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the Flower King doesn't have to
later.
tell me what to do.
I'd like to follow that
everyone
path
loves the
and
tavern.
jump over the next puddle.
Roll me a dexterity check, Backbone.
Oh, okay. What's that? D something?
D20.
D20?
And then check your dexterity modifier.
Oh, hang on. Oh, man. 5. Ugh.
I mean,
And
you clear the puddle, but you catch a
Wait, hang on. I need to add it to my dexterity modifier, did you say?
Yeah, that's the one. Modifier.
Oh, 0.
So
My dexterity is 11, but my modifier is +0. So it's +0, isn't it? Okay,
so
5.
it's still a 5?
Yeah.
So you clear the puddle. I mean, you're pretty agile, but you catch a little bit of
the vomit
on the back of your shoe. And you have to scrape it off, and you're dragging your neck the next few steps.
Okay. Not a good move.
The 3 of you face, if I remember right, there are 3 possible ways you could go: forward, left, right, and the way that you came. Which way would you like to go?
Always forward for background.
I'll follow Mustaq. I mean Backbone.
Cool.
Okay, up to you guys.
As you are about to go down this track, just crossing the town square, coincidentally the same way that the large Goliath man ran off, like he came from and then ran off back to. Can you all please tell me what your charisma scores are? So not the modifier, but the number.
16.
Cool.
16, because I'm very charismatic.
Okay.
15.
Cool. 15. Fantastic. Balasar and Backbone, can you please both roll me a d4?
I got a 2.
Cool. And
I got a 1.
fantastic. And as you were walking, you notice again out of the corner of your eye as you're walking past the square, heading down the route that is available to you, there's a sudden breeze coming from the right. And then you notice 3 of the floating mushrooms from before heading in the direction of you. They don't seem to be coming fast, but they do seem to be heading specifically for you at this moment. What do you do? The other 2 haven't noticed it yet, only you have.
Scream at the others and say, guys, 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 there's more of those mushrooms. They're almost a
Okay, and what do Balasar and Backbone do?
We notice the scream.
You definitely notice the scream, and then you turn and you see 3 floating mushrooms coming towards you. They are still large. There is still that interesting, beautiful fragrance coming from them, and they are heading towards you. They're floating at about head height.
Can anyone set fire to these things?
I can heal them.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you want to.
Okay. I elect to inspire myself.
I checked, and
Not inspire myself?
as far as I'm aware, you cannot inspire yourself. You can inspire everyone else except you.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Backbone, are you the tank of this team? Because if you are, I elect to inspire you and give you like a buttload of hit points. That's a lot of hit points. Would you like the butt?
Hang on.
Hit points.
Inspiration. I mean, you can change it if you want because it's D&D and.
Oh no, it's fine. We'll play by the rules. I just need to inspire someone, and they can tank all the hits.
But okay, so what happens is that inspiration isn't hit points. Inspiration is you get another 1d6 to your attack.
Can I do a sacred flame on the mushrooms?
You can do a sacred flame on one of the mushrooms. They are still about, I don't know, 40, 45 feet away, but they're coming at you. So do you choose to roll to attack one of the mushrooms?
I want to attack the mushroom, yes.
Sure, please roll to attack. I will say that this will happen out of combat because they are not attacking you, but they are floating through.
Okay. So, all right. I just don't have a good feeling about these mushrooms.
Could we run away?
Oh. Can we outpace them? Can we outrun them?
Wait, are you choosing to do this before or after you cast that spell?
After.
Okay. So usually for a spell like that, the caster doesn't have to roll. It's the castee that has to see if they can avoid it. But for this one,
I see.
You have to roll to see if you hit it. So can you please roll me a d20?
Okay. I got a 19.
Oh, definitely hits. Which one are you aiming for? There's like one in the front and then two flanking its sides.
The front one.
Sure. It immediately bursts into flame. There's a bit of a spark, a bit of a flash, and behind it, you suddenly see a green cloud for 1 second that is very thick, and then immediately just dissipates.
Did it have a smell of sulfur?
You are too far away to smell that. You can walk forwards and smell it if you want.
Yeah.
But there are still two of the floating mushrooms that are heading towards the town square. But your earlier question as to whether you can outrun them, it looks like you can definitely outrun them.
Shall we do that? It and whatever your name is. I forgot. What's his name? Balthazar. Okay. Sorry. Oh, he's disappeared.
What do you guys want to do as a trio?
We want to have some lunch, don't we?
Are they an immediate threat to the town? If they're not, we'll just leave them alone. If they are, pop them like pimples.
Roll me an insight check.
Stuff there.
Okay. Oh, is that a D20?
It is a D20.
Okay. Roll. Plus 11 plus 2.
Cool. So
13.
you can tell that at the way that these mushrooms are floating in, they aren't an immediate threat. But if someone were to come across them who didn't understand what they are capable of, you especially, because I believe last session they knocked you unconscious, then knocked you unconscious again, if I remember right.
Yes, apparently.
So you know that if a town's person or even a child was to possibly make contact with these mushrooms, there is a high percentage that they would die if they didn't avoid them completely.
May I elect to use vicious mockery from a distance? A safe distance. A very safe distance.
I want you to read out what vicious mockery does, please.
Oh. It is a 1d4 psi plus dis next attack, which is quite apt because it's a dis and it's vicious mockery.
So, if I'm not wrong, usually this can only be a reaction, but sure, screw it. You are going to diss these mushrooms and see if they pop. So,
Okay.
Please tell us how you diss them.
Oh, you guys are so second rate. You're not even restaurant truffles. You're just lowly, regular mushrooms. You're regular fungi. Goodbye.
Okay, please roll me 2 d4s. I really didn't like the start of it, but I thought the ending was amazing. What did you get?
I got a 3 and a 4.
Cool. These mushrooms are not sentient, but they both look as if they are horribly aghast at your words, and then they both pop. And similarly, you see like two clouds of green. For 1 second, it's very thick where they were, and then all the dust just settles to the ground.
Nice. I connected to them on an emotional level. They couldn't understand my words, but they felt my feelings.
They felt your feelings. Yep.
Yes.
Yes, they did. It is at that moment when you see... No, I'm going to say that because you were mocking the mushrooms to... What's the opposite of existence? Inexistence? You mocked the mushrooms to death.
I'm a horrible person.
Backbone. You see two halfling women walk up from the opposite end. So if the three of you were facing where the mushrooms were coming from, it is now behind you where two halfling women walk out from. And they, even though this seems to be a dangerous situation with 4 dead bodies in the town square and dangerous floating mushrooms that you and Balasar just got rid of, they seem none the wiser, or they seem like they don't care. You turn because you heard them skipping along, talking very merrily to each other. What do?
I would like to interrogate them and ask them if they know anything about the 4 dead bodies.
Okay. You walk up to them, and then one of them.
Yes.
One is they both come up to about maybe your stomach height, and one of them has blonde hair, blue eyes, and the other one has brown hair, brown eyes, and they both go, "Oh, Mister, oh, sorry, we don't have I've never seen these bodies before. What are the? Did you do these?"
No, we didn't do them. We just came across them, and we thought you might know something about them since you live here.
No. If anything,
you're sounding very suspicious. I'm sure you know something.
Me.
Yes,
me.
You, both of you. Blondie and Brownie, yes.
And then, as you have so aptly named them, only Brownie was speaking, and Blondie looks even more aghast at you.
Right.
She looks like she's terrified of the fact that you.
Do you have something to say, Blondie? No? Okay.
And Brownie just continues going, no, sir, no. We know nothing. No, we did not do that.
It doesn't sound like you don't know anything. I'm sure.
And
they
both start to shrink, cowering.
They shrink.
Like no, sorry, like they both start to fold in, like they expect you to hit them.
Oh no, I would never hit them. No.
What do you say?
Okay,
what do you do?
Well, I can't get anything out of them, so I said, okay, go on skipping. There's nothing else.
Thank you. And they both. Okay. And the moment they turn away from you, it's like they forgot that you were there, and then continue skipping along merrily.
Okay. What do the other two think about this? Do they notice? Do the other two notice these
this? The 2 halfling women do not even acknowledge their existence.
Right. Okay, that was a bit of a waste of time then. I didn't get any information.
But you can talk to the other 2. You can talk to and Balasar and ask them what they want to do.
Well, I'm still hungry. What do you reckon, 2 of you? Should we go and
creepy.
Look for a tavern? Yeah, it is creepy.
I'm pretty hungry
too. What about you?
As long as I get whiskey, I'm fine.
Okay, so a tavern looks like a possible destination for the 3 of us.
Okay.
Is that right? Are you okay with it? It does. It is the leader, kind of.
Can you please roll me a survival check?
Bible?
Survival.
Oh, that's a Bible check.
Maybe one day it'll be a Bible check.
15 plus 6.
15 plus 6.
21. Yep.
Wow. Okay. You instinctively know where to go. You look around and you're like, judging by the way that this town square is set up, a tavern will be exactly this way. And then you just happily lead them in the direction of that tavern. And you see it in the distance and you think, it looks like a tavern. There is the outward decor of it. It seems to be a lot of fish on the outside. Can you please roll me a perception check?
$19 plus 4, 23.
Those fish are trout. And this tavern is decorated in trout. It is at that moment that Balasar, you notice an individual walking towards you three. Please roll me a perception check.
Okay. Swing. Horrible. 4 plus 2, 6.
But 10?
Oh, no. 4 plus 2 is 6. Perception.
Oh, I see.
Yes, very bad.
It's enough. So what you see in front of you is, it's about the same height as it. It is a humanoid figure with long, gangly limbs and a very thick, circular body. It has huge, big eyes and a massive mouth that takes up most of its face. It is holding a spear and dressed only in a loincloth, and it is just walking along, not merrily, but walking along very, I would say, the adjective that I would use is very purposefully. You see in front of you a frog-like humanoid.
Okay.
And you know that these frog-like humanoids are called grung. What do you do?
Are these guys very, what's the word, pugnacious by nature? Do they like to fight?
Some are. I mean, I feel like that's a very big generalization for you to ask, Nicholas. You can't judge all.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Of a couple of individuals.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. I'll just assume the best of him. And can I use whisper? Can I use whisper? Cantrip whisper.
Do you have cantrip whisper?
I'm pretty sure I do. It's not message. It's not called whisper, but it's like that message thing.
Yeah, sure. What do you choose to? What does it look like when you cast the spell, please? And then you can tell us.
It looks like musical notes that fly out of my mouth, but then they kind of wisp into words, very, very sensually.
Okay. So sensuous words disappear through the air, and you see them appearing by this grung individual. Can you please tell us what you whisper to him?
Hi there. Are you dangerous? I'd prefer it if you're not. Let us know what you're doing here. Please.
Hang on. I need to check what happens. Okay, so the grung individual starts and goes from a purposeful walk to completely stock still, holds his spear at the ready, and seems to be like now looking around very, very fearfully. What do you do, Balasar?
Can I whisper more? Can I be like, yes, it's the debonair individual in the distance, fashioning some very fashionable clothing.
Is that what you say?
Yes, but okay. a lot more eloquently.
Okay. I'm just going to roll on my end and see what happens again. He immediately turns to look at you three, And you can't tell what's on his face because you don't know enough Grung individuals to read their body language or their facial expressions. But he runs at Backbone. You have a moment where you can possibly intercept or distract this figure from running at Backbone, but what do you choose to do? Or you can let it happen.
Oh,
So is he
no, I'm not going to let that
murderous,
happen.
or is he like running at Backbone because like he's
In a
really
threatening
eager to
manner?
meet him?
You both it and Backbone, please roll me a perception check.
D20, yeah?
Yeah.
$15 plus 4, 19.
Amazing.
Hang on. 16 plus 2, 18.
Amazing. Okay. He's holding his spear, but he doesn't look like he's threatening. He looks excited.
So he knows me, does he? Or do I know him?
You have never seen this individual before.
Okay.
Maybe it knows you. And while you are trying to figure out what to do, it immediately like runs up to you, drops its spear, and hugs you around the legs and goes
around the legs. Yeah.
Around the legs, because it's not that much taller than its. Like, so its face would be at about your groin area.
Okay.
And it goes, you are very debonair. Yes, you are. You are very debonair. Thank you. How did you do that? Can you teach me how to do that?
Do what?
And then it looks at you very, very confused, offended even, and it picks up its spear. Turns around and walks off, but not before it turns back at you, looks you in the eyes, Backbone, and goes, "Why are you playing with my feelings?" and spits at your feet and then runs off.
Wow. All right. Where did that come from?
You might never know.
Yeah.
You might never know unless the other two in your party tell you.
Can I stop that person from running? What's it called again?
Grung.
Okay, can I stop Grung from...
How do you intend to stop them?
I said, please, wait. I'm sorry if I've offended you.
Sure.
What exactly do you mean by that?
And it turns around and looks at you again, suddenly very intense hope in its eyes. It goes, You care?
I'm curious. I'm not sure if I care.
I'm curious too.
Oh my God. Okay, what have I got myself into? Tell me, have we met?
I feel like I've known you forever, since that moment when you whispered into my ear.
Remind me again, when would that be?
Stitched up.
What?
What did you say, Dilys?
You got stitched up.
And the Grung again looks very offended and goes, "What do you mean? This just happened. I thought you were an individual who cared about me." And it's holding that pose, waiting for you to do something. Do you do anything?
Are you able to tell him that you set it up, or do you not?
Oh, this is too much fun for me. No, I just want them to see it play out.
Was I supposed to not hear that conversation?
You didn't hear the conversation.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I use whisper. To talk to.
Well, I'll tell Grunk. Is that the name? Grunk.
You don't know what the name is. You don't even know if this individual is male or female.
Okay. So please, I'll tell this individual I'm sorry if I've offended you, but it's not normal that I do these sort of things. But tell me, jog my memory. Tell me, when did we meet and how did we form this connection?
And
I must have fallen into some sort of memory lapse.
Okay, as you were saying, please, I'm sorry if I've offended you. What did you say again? I don't normally do these kind of things.
Yeah, I mean...
It immediately interrupts you and goes, I don't do these sort of things either. And it jumps at you and tries to kiss you.
Oh, God. Okay. I said, please, don't do this. I don't normally do these sort of things, but
I know, that's what makes it so amazing and wonderful that this could happen right here, right now. You and me in this moment.
Oh, my God. Okay, stop this now. This is all getting a little bit silly.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll and see if it manages to succeed in kissing you. What is your AC?
What's that?
What's your
AC?
armor class?
Oh, hang on. Man.
I can check as well.
12. It says armor class 12.
Yeah, it manages to totally move. Like, you try to prevent it from happening, but it moves around your arms and manages to like totally make full lip on lip contact.
Oh.
And then it drops to the side and goes, thank you. That was marvelous. And then it walks off.
Okay. Can I turn to the other two and say, what the hell just happened?
You can definitely do that. And Balasar, do you react to what he says? You don't have to. You don't have to react to what he says.
No, that's my reaction.
Oh, I see.
Okay. What about it? What happened?
Just laughing.
Oh, man. Okay. Thanks for the support. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to take that back and retcon it just a little bit and say that as it says, that was marvelous. It turns around, picks up the spear again. It's dropped it twice in this very bizarre interaction from your point of view. And it makes it as if it's going to walk past you, but it's like a very 4 determined steps to spank you on the butt, and then it turns around and walks the way back it came.
What the hell? Okay. Cool. All right. I really need a drink now. I think in the tavern.
Okay, and you continue walking to the tavern. Are you still in front?
Yep, don't see why not.
Okay, so what happens is that you walk up to this tavern that has that's the outside decoration is just a lot of fish that you now know is trout. And you see in front of it, there are 3 signs in show, rashemi, and in common. And they all read, I'm going to say in common text, show characters, and rashemi script. Just to define it a little bit, they all read the demon frog. Do you still choose to enter?
He said find the demon frog. Or was it kill the demon frog?
Roll me a history check.
I wasn't really listening, as you can tell.
You're allowed to not listen. Okay.
13 minus 2, 11.
11? He said find.
Okay, I guess. Since we're here already.
So do you 3 enter?
The pub?
Yeah, the tavern called the Demon
Yes, of
Frog.
course. Yes, why not?
I mean,
Yep. I need that
Backbone
drink.
needs
I
a
need
drink
that drink.
after that very
Yeah.
intense social
Yes.
interaction.
See, the unwarranted.
I feel I've been harassed. Yeah.
So the three of you walk up to the steps, and from that moment, we're going to cut to the other three adventurers.
Cool.
And they are already inside the tavern, but we're going to cut to about maybe half an hour ago. So Rain, Lee, Zie Ling, you are inside this tavern called the Demon Frog. It is mostly empty, but I want all three of you to roll me a perception check, please.
Which dice do we use?
The D20, and then you add your perception modifier to it.
Okay.
One plus. Is it even?
1 plus 13, so
Okay. And Zie Ling?
I got 19 total.
Okay, cool. So, oh, that's right. So, Lee feels terrible, still feeling very, very
Oh, that's right.
uncomfortable with the poison that you're feeling.
I just want to drink.
And Rain, I believe you were helping her into the tavern at that point. So you're distracted.
Yeah, sure.
But Zie Ling,
Yep, totally. It's okay, buddy.
are you leading in front or are you walking in behind them?
From the last, I remember I was walking in front, right?
Okay, I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
So let's just say that that is what happened. And you are now walking in front of them. And it is mostly empty. There is, it's a nice daylit interior. You look up and you see a lot of windows, which lets in a lot of daylights, which allows them to not have to use a lot of candles or torches to keep it lit. There are about 5 tables, and they are all empty except for one. And there is a large snoring dwarf at one table, and he's cradling a cup. And he just... And behind the bar, you see a very petite Rashami woman. She's dressed in a dark blue sari with gold trim, beautiful brown skin, and very welcoming eyes. Since you're in the front, Zie Ling, can you please roll me a charisma check?
It's 19 plus 3.
Wow. So,
Damn.
okay, that changes everything I was going to say. So this woman behind the bar looks at you enter and goes, "Oh, wow. Your hair is amazing. I have never seen hair like yours before." And she pours a glass of a very strange looking liquid. I'm going to say that it looks turquoise, and she pushes it towards you and says, "On the house for that amazing hair." What do you do?
Ooh. I am very taken aback. I have never really received compliments before, so I will just nod and just drink it silently.
Okay, roll me a d4.
Or
4?
yeah.
Did you take any damage in the last session?
I'm trying to remember. I think I did.
So if you're not currently at full health, you can go back to full health.
Woo!
And then she looks past you at your two companions, Lee and Rain, and goes, "Huh, your friends, they're nice, but their hair is not amazing."
What? Actually, I don't have any hair.
Wow. I have beautiful flowing hair. Excuse you, lady.
And then she looks at you, Rain, and goes, "You can excuse yourself. What's your name? I like you."
Rain. What's your name there?
My name? My name is Rita Sami Kundragunilian.
That is a beautiful name for a beautiful lady.
Thank you.
Rita.
I know.
Hey, can I get a drink or something for my friend here who's pretty much about to die?
And she looks over at Lee and goes, "Oh no, what happened? The giant mushroom?"
Yes. You
And
know
then
about them?
She immediately pours like the same, from the same pitcher, this very interesting turquoise looking drink, and pours out 2 cups for you and for Lee. But before she hands it over, before she pushes it forward, she goes, "That'll be 1 gold for both."
It's not a bad price. How come he got it for, you know what? Never mind. I'll take it.
So mark off 1 gold.
I'll pay. Since Lee here looks like probably not in the state to.
And do you both partake of this turquoise liquid?
I'm gonna ask what it is first. This is very interesting looking.
Oh, it's a house. It's a
Is
house brew.
The house brew?
Yeah. Something
Mm-hmm.
something my late husband left behind. One of the few good things one of the few things he was good at.
Your late husband. Interesting.
Yes, my late husband.
Cool.
I'm gonna say that those sirens are showing off how intense this chemistry is right now. I don't even know whose mic they came through.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm in the city. So
No. It's great because it adds to the story right now of how much sexual tension there is between Rain and Rita.
It's palpable.
It is. And it just keeps going and going.
Ooh. So, yeah, how long have you been running this place?
Not long. I had to buy it over the previous owner. I just want to check something. Lee, have you drunk your drink yet?
Yeah, I drank it. Sorry,
Cool.
I didn't realize I keep going. So I sculled mine back.
Cool. You are no longer poisoned.
Yes.
But you do not regain any health points yet.
Ah, shit. That's fine.
Can I push my drink over to Lee?
Sure.
It was quite nice,
Yeah.
actually. It was very nice.
So Lee, are you gonna drink another one?
Yeah, I'll scull this one back too.
I like how real life imitates art.
Yeah.
And okay, what's your current hit points level?
5.
5.
Yeah.
And what's your full hit point level?
10.
You go to 9.
Oh, I feel amazing. Let's get some rum. Oh.
Yeah, next one's on you. Next round's on you.
And Rita continues looking at you, Rain, right in the eyes, and goes,
I must.
yes, the previous owner. I had to buy it off him. I didn't like him much, but he was a good man.
What happened to him?
What happened to him? Oh, did you know Sanjay?
I think one of us did, right? Isn't that why we came in here? Guys,
Sorry
I'm
to
whispering
interrupt,
this to my team, by the way.
I'd like to order a drink. Are you the one working today?
And okay, Lee, what do you want to order?
Just some rum, no ice.
Sure. And she pours you a glass of rum, hands it over, and says, "Don't worry, your friend already paid for it." And looks directly at Rain.
What? Oh yes. I mean, I can pay with a lot more than gold. Is all I can say. But also, I'm not paying with my gold, by the way. Just so we're clear, Lee.
Well, whatever you guys do tonight, just keep the rum coming.
Keep it down, please.
Oh my god, I'm digging myself into my hole.
Man, there's so much tension in this. I did not expect it to be like this way.
I mean,
I know my hands are like my palms are sweaty, but.
Okay, and
wait, can I just?
Yeah.
No, go on. Sorry.
So, and she goes, "So, did you know Sanjay?"
I think. Hey, Lee. I mean, Zie Ling. Didn't you say you knew the guy who ran this place? Zie Ling?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Lee.
No.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Lee. You're the one who said you knew this guy, right?
Yeah, Sanjay. I think we were here. Look.
Are you already drunk?
No, I've been poisoned all day.
Clearly.
Give me a break.
That's the worst trio. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
I mean, it feels like it's been weeks since this morning. So I'm sorry, but
feels like it's been a goddamn lifetime. Actually, probably 5 lifetimes.
And Rita looks at Lee and goes, "Oh, you're the one. You knew Sanjay."
Yeah, bud. So where's he at?
And she looks very mournful and forlorn and goes, so the reason why I had to buy this tavern off him was because he gathered some of the local men and formed a militia to protect Dongod from these recent incursions of kobolds.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
That sounds about right. I think we ran into a few.
Yeah, we did.
He managed to.
Pretty noble, actually. Pretty cool. Yeah. So where's he at
can I
now?
just say I killed a few of them like really easily. Risha,
yeah, there's no need to, I mean, we all killed.
I think I killed the most. Ripped up
we have some of
their
it with
butts
dignity and didn't shove a weapon up their butt. So let's just move on.
Hey man. Yeah, let's never speak of that again.
Yeah, sounds good.
If you're wondering, the kobold that died imploding from the ass was Rain here.
You are a little shitly.
So Rita, that's what you know now.
And Rita looks.
Hey, I like it rough.
And Rita looks at Rain and goes,
and up the ass.
Well, one day, tell me more.
I would love to, Rita. I'd love to put a smile on that forlorn face of yours. But keep telling us about Akshay and this militia and everything.
I agree with Rain. Keep that bedroom for later, eh?
Shut up! Shut up, Lee. Shut up. Just keep drinking.
And she goes, Sanjay was my cousin, 3 times removed. I didn't like him, but he was a good man.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, family drama.
Okay.
You said
Clearly.
Akshay before? What did you mean by that? Who's Akshay?
Oh, did I say? Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, Sanjay.
And then she looks at you and goes, okay. Oh. Okay.
Fuck that up, Rain.
Ah, god damn it. It's all because of you. I got flustered. Oh, man.
And it is at that moment when, can the three of you please tell me who has the highest charisma?
Charisma.
Tell me your charisma.
18.
16?
I am. Oh, I have 11.
11?
17.
17?
18.
Zie Ling, can you please roll me a d4?
Hey, I have the highest charisma.
She's got 18.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Lee, can you please roll me a d4?
D4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
3? Okay, cool. Suddenly, the tavern doors burst open and 3 kobolds run in.
Oh.
And they look like...
Oh, here we go.
This doesn't look like it's a situation that this doesn't look like they're running in to see what's going on. They look like they're here to possibly kill someone specific.
Oh.
And as they run in, they all pull out very short swords, and they're about to jump at all of you. Can all of you please roll me a d20?
D20.
Today.
11.
Oh.
Not that much.
I got 5.
5? 11?
11, 10.
11, 10, 5. Cool. I'm going to say that all 3 of you try to, like Rain throws a throwing star, Lee cracks her whip, Zie Ling gets her bow ready, her quarterstaff ready. All of you make moves as if to, like, take these kobolds down. And then the sexual rage comes back.
Yeah, shit's getting real.
And then the sexual tension is back.
Rita! Didn't realize you were into this.
What happens is that all 3 kobolds fall to the ground dead before any of your weapons even come close. And actually, Rain, your throwing star completely is not like, you see it look like it's heading in the direction, and then it ducks it back. And you
I haven't even drank anything.
And what you see is that one of them has a crossbow bolt dead in the eyes, and the 2 others have daggers in their throats. And they all ran in, were coming in with their short swords as if to attack everyone in there. And then before they had even made 3 steps, they all fell down dead. And you turn back and look, and you see that Rita is holding a crossbow, and that the sleeping dwarf, or the dwarf that was sleeping, has a dagger in front of him in the table, and have thrown the other 2 daggers.
Nice.
Nice,
bros.
That was.
I guess I'll just put this rapier away.
Yes.
And
you guys happen to be part of this militia?
Yeah.
Against these kobolds by any chance? Because those were some sweet throws.
Rain, can you roll me a perception check?
Okay. So that's the D20, right?
Yeah. And then add your
plus
perception
1?
modifier. Yep.
I got 16 plus 1, 17.
Cool. You glance over at this dwarf, and he has blue eyes, orange hair. He's got like a quarter of his face has tattoos on it under like a lot of a big mustache and a bit of a beard, but you can see like there's tattoos like on one quarter of the face. You can't quite make out the pattern, but you can see it. And now that he's sitting up, you can see that he's really muscly. But you also notice that he doesn't have legs.
What?
Oh, okay.
But he stood up.
No, he didn't stand up. He was seated up at the table. So you glance over and you notice that he is completely missing his right leg from the waist, and that his left leg ends at the knee.
Shit.
Okay. Those
Can I
get you?
Sorry, what was that? What was that, Ankita?
I said, did the kobolds get you?
And he smiles at you and goes, something did, darling. Something did.
Oh, darling, jeez.
Okay.
And then he looks at you three and goes, yeah, I used to be a blade scholar.
A blade scholar?
A what?
A blade scholar.
Blade scholar.
Well, shit.
Oh.
Lee, can you roll me a history check?
Uh-huh. That's, what's that?
That's,
Is it just a 20?
knowing your history.
And then...
No, but what dice do I roll?
Oh, sorry, D20.
And then...
And your history modifier on the left.
History.
16 plus 1. Oh, minus 1. Minus 1.
15's enough. So you know that the Blade Scholars are a secret society of very, very serious warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They would probably be akin to knights or samurai. And, and you're like, wow, that's really cool, because that's not everyone can claim that.
Oh, you're like a knight or a samurai. That's pretty fucking mint. So what brings you around these parts, mate? It's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
And he laughs and goes like, well, the thing is that I can't leave. And he gestures to his legs and goes, I'm pretty much just stuck here, if you know what I mean.
Ah, shit.
And then he smiles and goes, my name's Chester.
Oh, Chester.
A nice
Chester Fieldmaker. And he grabs your hand and he shakes it, and it's a very vigorous, tough handshake.
Oh, Chester. Ling. Mate's Rain.
Yep.
This badass we just met. Fuck, I forgot your name. What's your name?
Zie Ling.
Yeah, this one.
And he looks at you three and goes like, so Lee, Rain, and Zie Ling. Nice to meet y'all.
Chester, can I call you Chestnut?
It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Hey,
Chester,
you can call me whatever you want.
Really.
All right, Chestnut.
I like this guy.
I mean,
I want to know what tattoos you got on your face.
And
as you can see, I'm quite a fan myself.
And he laughs this like deep, rumbly laugh, and then tries to show you, but it's weird because he got so much. It's like, so if you see here, this is my lineage of like my clan's name is the Fieldmakers, and so this shows every single field we've ever made of our enemies' bones.
Ah, sure.
Fuck, that's so cool.
I love that. That's awesome.
Can I just say also, as I remember, this bar was not wheelchair accessible.
There's no wheelchair, is there?
So,
and he
I'm just saying a wheelchair won't get you far with those legs.
And he laughs and goes, "That's what I meant. I can't leave."
But how did you get inside?
Unless you want to carry me out. Is that what you're offering me here?
Ah, shit. I mean, we're pretty strong.
I mean, if you want, man. Anyway, let's discuss.
How about we just make you a new, like, motorized wheelchair?
We should just get him some kind of animal he can ride.
Or
a
an
witch can, like, grow his limbs back, right?
We'll tame it. Strap you on.
What?
You'll be out in no time.
Guys.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what happened to Sanjay.
Fuck Sanjay.
Why this village is under attack by mushrooms and these kobolds. And can either of you, Chester, Rita, give us a bit more background?
And
Just
Rita,
before that,
what's happening here?
If you just chuck me another glass. Just chuck me another rum.
Rita looks up
Can you
and
be a bit more polite to the lady?
firstly,
Lee?
Rita asks, she gestures over to Lee and is like, "Sure, give me some more money and I'll pour you your drink." But at the same time,
Ryan's gonna handle it after.
Okay, I'm not paying with gold. That's all I can say.
I'll suss it.
and
Can I
answers
ask for a drink?
another one.
Yes.
I mean,
We
Can
might as well just get it for the table. Let's just grab a few seats. Let's sit around and listen
Can
to
I get
Chester.
a drink? Can I get a drink for Chester? And I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and say, Rita, do you want to join us for a drink? Because this place doesn't seem too busy at the moment.
Yeah.
so Rita grabs the jug of that turquoise liquid, pours out 5 glasses,
And some rum.
and some rum, sure, if you prefer the rum. So pours 4 glasses and the rum, and sits down at this table with you 3, and she sits in Chester's lap.
Nice. And should we
God
invite
damn
the crossbow person?
Fuck.
Sorry, Rain.
Sorry, what did you say, Jess?
It's cool.
Should we invite that crossbow person over? Who shot that thing?
That was Rita.
It was Rita.
Oh, shot Rita.
She's badass.
And so Rita puts an arm around Chester, and then she looks at Rain and goes, "So you didn't let me finish. Sanjay, he formed the local militia. He defended Tongod from 2 incursions of kobolds, and then he fell in the 3rd one. I was lucky that I bought the tavern before he formed the militia."
Oh, mate.
Did you ever find his body?
I see.
No, but we think that maybe the kobolds are still holding some of the militia hostage.
So,
And
why are they
at
attacking
that
the village?
moment, the doors open again, and all 5 of you get your weapons ready, and in walk 2 and a half individuals.
2 and
And I am going to say that what we're going to do right there is take a break, because that was already 90 minutes.
Whoa!
So
Time flies.
Crazy.
we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and we will continue with the party meeting all together.
Cool.
This is so exciting. Oh my god.
oh man.